everyone and welcome to my YouTube channel. I know it's been a while since I've posted a video, but yes, here we are today. But I'm going to post a new video today talking about how to use high vocabulary for speaking. This can be used for your day-to-day speaking with your friends or with your colleagues, especially if you want to go ahead and improve your English. And also for those who are appearing for the IELTS test, because it's going to help you get those extra marks in your speaking. Right? So the goal of this video is to go ahead and help you change your day-to-day phrases like yes, no, I'm happy, I'm sad into high vocabulary so that when you are speaking to somebody, you can dazzle them with your English skills. All right. So I'm going to jump right in. Let's talk about the first thing that we have here, which is the different ways to go ahead and say yes. All right. If you want, go ahead and pause this video right now and think what are the other ways to say yes in your head while the suggestions will come up. Okay. So suggestions are going to come up right now in an instant. Great. So voila, as you see on the screen, the other ways to say yes would be definitely, absolutely, yes indeed, and certainly. It is something that you can use for whenever you have to go ahead and answer a question with a yes. All right. So for example, if someone goes to go ahead and ask you, do you ever take a gift when when you go to visit someone in their home? So the straight up answer to this question would be a yes or a no. So instead of saying a yes, I would say something like, oh, absolutely. Yes, indeed. I do go ahead and take a present whenever I visit somebody in there. Okay. Something like, do you like eating food outside? I would be like, definitely. I love eating food outside. I think it's something that helps me break the monotony of regular day-to-day food that I eat at home. Okay? Similarly, you can also use certainly, absolutely in the same context. Moving on to the next thing, since we have yes, we also have no on this slide. What are the other ways to go ahead and say no, and how can we frame that in a sentence? So whenever you have to say no, because no is such a negative word, we want to go ahead and lighten the impact of no by changing it with something like not really, unfortunately not, something like no way, and not at all. So let's say if, for example, somebody were to go ahead and ask you, do you enjoy looking for gifts for people? I'd be like, not really. I'm not somebody who has the time and the patience to look for presents. Okay. If I would really want to say like a hard no, I'd be like, no way. I don't have the time to go ahead and do that. Okay. Something like, do you like to read? Not really, because I would prefer watching something on TV instead. Or if you really want to say it with like a huge emphasis, you would say something like, not at all. I don't like reading at all. Okay. That's how you go ahead and use these words and sentences. Okay. Let's go ahead and talk about the other ways to say that I am happy. How would you do that? Okay. So whenever you have to say that you're happy, you can use words like I'm content. I have joy. This is something that I use a lot. I have joy in my life. I feel delighted or I'm comfortable. Okay. So let's say someone was to ask you, how do you feel when you receive a present? I'd be like, I feel delighted. I feel delighted that I receive a present from someone. Okay. Something like, let's say if someone's giving you like a good present that you've been looking for a long time, you can say something like, oh my God, when I got that present, I was on top of the world. So that's a huge emphasis on saying that you're happy by saying that I'm on top of the world. Also, when you want to use happy in a context where you're saying that, I'm happy with whatever has happened in my life, you can say I'm content. Okay. And whenever you want to just go ahead and express something like, I'm happy with everything that's going on. I have joy in my life. I'm very thankful to God for whatever I have in my life because I have joy. Something. Okay. Since you are the question of talking about I'm happy, let's go ahead and change it to I'm sad. How would you use that? The other way to say I am sad would be I feel miserable. I feel I'm depressed. I feel rejected. I'm disheartened. You can also say I'm sad, but these are other ways to say. Like let's say because my dad wanted me to play cricket all the time when I was growing up, whenever someone would ask me, how do you feel when you play cricket? I'd be like, I feel miserable. I hate playing cricket. Okay. Let's say if somebody hasn't made the food that you want, you'd be like, I'm depressed. The food that's served today is not something that I want to eat. Okay. When my mom doesn't cook some good food for me, I tell her I feel rejected. I feel rejected that you cook good food for my sister, you don't cook good food for me. Okay. Other ways of saying that. You can also say you're disheartened whenever you are not happy with something that has happened, like on a situation. You'll be like, I'm disheartened with the way things have unfolded. You can go ahead and say that. The last thing that I have on the deck here today would be to compliment someone. What are the different ways to compliment someone? Now, complimenting can mean several different things. You're talking about the person being beautiful, you're talking about the person's behavior, the person's attributes, all of these things. You are just telling the person that, hey, you're amazing, something like that. Okay. So let's say for someone who you feel is absolutely stunning, looks nice, you'll be like, oh my God, you just lit up the room. You light up this room with your beauty, with your grace, something like that. Okay. Let's say if you're telling someone, you're commending them on the performance that they've done, I'd be like, you won this medal, something like Neeraj Chopra for the medal that he's won. I'd be like, if I was to compliment, I'd be like, you should be proud of yourself because you've done so well for India. Okay. Let's say if you're telling somebody that they are unique, you can use the word you're one of a kind. Another way to go ahead and give somebody a compliment. And lastly, somebody who's inspiring you, you want to compliment them and say that, hey, just because of you, I've been able to do this. You can say that, you have inspired. You are inspired. Okay. That's how you go ahead and say, give compliments to people in other ways, but just say, I wanted to compliment you. Right? So that brings you to the end of the slide. And like every YouTuber, I'll say it once again. Do go ahead and follow my page for regular updates if you want to improve your English, or if you're preparing for your IELTS examination. And make sure you subscribe, like and share, and click on the bell icon.